Today's lesson we'll be working on grid drawing. You've already learned that grid drawing can assist you in drawing images with accuracy. Here is a step-by-step on how you can start with your grid drawing. The items you need to get ready would be the image that you're going to draw and your materials such as your pencil and ruler. Before you start drawing your grid, you need to measure the length of each side of the square. For this image, each side of the length is 12 centimeters each. You can draw or you can divide each of the length to 2 or 4 centimeters. Remember, the more squares you have, the more you need to draw, and it can be very complicated. As mentioned earlier, the length of each side of the square is 12 centimeters. What I have decided is to measure 4 centimeters for each of the sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And repeat the same to every side. By doing this first, it will help you to create grids. Please ensure that you're using pencils, mechanical pencils, instead of using normal pen. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is to just match the lines together, draw the lines together. There you go. You have now achieved a perfectly drawn grid drawing. On a fresh piece of drawing paper, you need to now redraw the exact same square on your drawing paper. What I just done is just to draw one straight line. Okay. Now I want to start measuring to ensure that I get my 12 by 12 square. With this grid drawing, you need to have precision so as to avoid making any form of mistakes. Now I'll make indication to my squares. Please do not press while you are drawing these lines. In case you make any mistakes, it's easier for you to erase. As you can see, we have already achieved on your drawing paper. Now what we're going to do is, with grid drawing, you're supposed to draw one box at a time. You can do whatever you want to indicate where do you start, where do you stop, where the curves are at. So for example, I'm going to take this particular box. I'm going to put a marking where it begins and where it ends. So I'm going to briefly do a marking here, very lightly. Okay, you may want to turn your paper around whichever way that is comfortable for you. Okay, now if you're not confident with the curves, the easiest thing that you can do is to just very briefly draw a curve shape. Again, draw very lightly, so whatever mistakes, it's easy for you to erase. Okay, let's continue. Let's start from the top. Okay, look, this ends at this exact point. So we are going to draw, slightly putting pressure. Okay, we're going to continue. The next point should be 3/4 way, so perhaps somewhere here. Okay, what you have done is very rough. You will look at it, it looks very weird. But once you keep on drawing square by square, you will actually start to form a complete picture. So be patient and keep trying. All the best. An alternative way is for you to actually draw the outline of the image as such, especially if you are unable to continue your drawing, as you are unable to see the shape that your drawing is turning out to be. So once you've drawn out the outline of the image, you can continue now to actually draw the details.